Hello, YouTube. In 1920, in the Indus River Valley, on the territory of modern Pakistan, scientists discovered the ruins of an ancient city. The excavations that began helped to attribute it to the Indian civilization, about which very little was known at that time. It was called Mohenjo-Daro, the Mound of the Dead. But this is not its historical name. Written sources have not preserved any information about this city, although it was quite large. Its preserved area is about 250 hectares, and the thickness of the cultural layers is about 20 meters. That is, it is not filled in, as some might think. These are all strata with traces of human activity that the city has managed to accumulate over the entire period of its existence. The entire city was built of baked bricks. These are hundreds of thousands of standardized bricks, which indicate quite a decent production. The streets had a strict urban layout with a very efficient drainage and even sewerage system. Moreover, the city had a water supply system that delivered water through ceramic pipes to literally every house. It is difficult to imagine this, but now not every district of Pakistan and India have sewage and water supply. Such facts indicate a very high degree of development of the Indus civilization. And you can see some of my other videos about Mohenjo-Daro and some of the speculative ideas too, and very interesting evidence. Well, scientists managed to find out that the city was built about 4,600 years ago, and at its dawn had a population of about 40,000 people. I'm reading archaeological information to you right now. Around 1700 BC, for unknown reasons, the city was suddenly abandoned by its inhabitants. Many hypotheses have arisen about such a mysterious disappearance. For example, in one place, the walls of the city were exposed to high temperatures. In some places, the surface of the bricks has even melted. Against this background, various researchers distributed information or disseminated information about increased radiation in Mohenjo-Daro, explaining this by the explosion of a nuclear bomb that destroyed the residents of the city. Well, again, my other videos, you can see more about it, but academic science has another hypothesis. It is known that in the middle of the second millennium BC, the level of the Arabian Sea rose up. At the same time, the waters of the Indus flooded part of the city and surrounding area, making them unsuitable for agriculture and cattle breeding. People were forced to leave the city and go in search of more livable places. Scientists believe that the people of the Indus or Indian civilization migrated en masse to the southeast, to the vicinity of modern Bombay or Mumbai, where they met the Neolithic population of central India and had a strong influence on it. There have been very few excavations at the site of Mohenjo-Daro in southeastern Pakistan over the last century since its discovery. During this time, archaeologists have concentrated most of their efforts on conserving and restoring the fragile mud bricks of the 5,000-year-old city. More recently, a treasure trove of coins was discovered in Mohenjo-Daro. It was found by workers hired by archaeologists. A ceramic pot with copper coins was hidden in a stupa, a religious dome structure typical of Buddhism. And you can see more about such stupas found in India and in my other videos about ancient India and its secrets. The coins were heavily oxidized and literally glued together into a single mass. The newfound coins are colored green because copper corrodes when exposed to air. Centuries of corrosion have also, like I said, fused the coins into a single lump that weighs about 12 pounds, 5.5 kilograms. But the few coins have been found separately. The fused hoard probably consisted between 1,000 to 1,500 individual coins. They were taken to the laboratory where they will undergo a long process of separation from each other and cleaning to determine which era they belong to. It should be noted that very few treasures have been found in Mohenjo-Daro. Some of the outer coins of the fused hoard depict a standing figure, which the researchers think is probably a depiction of a Kushan king. The coins are the first artifacts unearthed at the stupa's ruins since 1931, when British archaeologist Ernest Mackay unearthed more than 1,000 copper coins there. Other coins were discovered at the stupa in the 1920s. In the period from 1922 to 1931, only 4,348 coins were found, a small part of which belonged to the Kushan kingdom when Vasudeveda I ruled it, presumably in the years 166 to 200 Common Era. Unfortunately, as such, archaeological excavations in Mohenjo-Daro have not been conducted since 1965, according to Russian archaeologists. The excavated walls are being destroyed due to rains and winds, so all excavations have been stopped and only security and rescue work is underway to prevent destruction. The Indus Valley civilization of Mohenjo-Daro and Harappa dates back between 2500 BC, very interesting period if you see my videos about ancient China and its ancient aliens, and 1750 before Common Era. There, however, is no consensus on whether there were seals that were excavated from the sites long ago were in fact coins. The first documented coinage is deemed to start with the punch-marked coins issued between the 7th to 6th century BC and 1st century Common Era. These coins are called punch-marked coins because of their manufacturing technique. Mostly made of silver, these bear symbols, each of which was punched on the coin with a separate punch. Issued initially by merchant guilds and later by states in India. The coins represented a trade currency belonging to a period of intensive trade activity and urban development. They are broadly classified into two periods. The first period, attributed to the Janapadas, or small local states, and the second period, attributed to the imperial Mauryan period. The motifs found on these coins were mostly drawn from nature, like the sun, various animal motifs, trees, hills, etc. And some have geometrical symbols. Let me repeat something. Researchers now think that the Harappan cities were established too far from the floodplains of the Indus River to survive in a drying climate, which led people to abandon them for smaller settlements in the Himalayan foothills. In about 150 Common Era, the kings of the Kushan Empire are thought to have ordered the construction of the Buddhist stupa at Mohenjo-Daro. So this was well after that strange, mysterious city disappeared, basically, its residents. By that time, the underlying ruins of the ancient city were almost 2,000 years old. But it's not known how much of the ancient site would have been visible at that time. I'm talking about 150 Common Era. The stupa was abandoned about 500 Common Era, possibly after being damaged in an earthquake or because Buddhism had declined in influence in that area. By that time, the Kushan Empire had fragmented into independent kingdoms, which were first conquered by the Sasanian Persians and later by the invaders from the north, who may have been associated with the Huns. So there we have it. Let's see what the coins will reveal. And hopefully it will be known soon. Hopefully in the year 2024 at least. I'll tell you more about this interesting discovery as more information, if any, becomes available to us. Thank you for your attention to my work. Watch my other videos about India. I am really interested in that country, and they also know about my research as well. And if you can support my research, you can do so through the links you'll find in the description to this video. Thank you for your attention to my work. Please tell others about it as well. Please like my videos.